water is extremely valuable, and we just often take it for granted.
The water is out. There is no water. Do not use your water.
I was live on the air when the governor's first tweet went out basically announcing that this had happened.
When we don't have water, it creates a serious, serious situation, and not one that's just, oh, environmentalists care about it. Everybody cares about it. Citizens care about it. Businesses care about it.
No one was prepared for it, but also trying to fathom what it was like to be completely cut off, to not have an appropriate supply of drinking water, or to only have to be able to shower in a public space every couple of days if you're lucky. I've never, ever, ever seen the community of West Virginia come together in a way that people did during the water crisis.
I was lucky. I had water. But that meant I was sort of ground zero for people who needed showers, who needed to fill up water bottles, for people who just kind of wanted a place where they could get away from the no water situation wherever they were and feel a sense of normalcy for a little bit. So I was very, very fortunate. But our staff, our reporters, their families, many of them, I think nearly all of them, they lived in apartments and in homes where they didn't have water either.
One of my favorite things that I saw in that time was going down Quarrier Street, and there was a guy and his wife, and they looked like they might have been, late 50s, early 60s, who had loaded up the back of their truck with cases of water from Walmart, and they were going down the road handing them out to people. And it turned out that they were from Braxton County, and they had heard about the problem, and they just wanted to come and help. And their charm was everything you would expect from a West Virginian. It was kind of this expectation. We saw someone ask them why they were handing out the water, and the guy looked at him and said, "Well, hadn't you heard? It's emergency." And I just felt like that was a very, small town, well, not small town. I felt like that was a very community-oriented thing for people who were not even a part of Charleston to be participating in.
Now, what was surprising to me, and I think surprising to a lot of people, was how susceptible that water source was. So the spill occurs on the Elk River. The Elk River is a water source for that area because it's so clean. And so you see how dependent then we have become as a state on our few really clean, productive water sources like the Elk River. And as we lose rivers and their value of drinking water and become dependent on very few, then we become very susceptible to something that would seem like to be a localized event. And instead, that localized event, it touched a third of the state, the residents.
Even once the water was turned on, people didn't believe the water was safe. There are some who live in parts of those 9 counties in southern West Virginia who still don't believe their water is safe. But that's beginning to fade for most. And I think that now that we're, almost 2 years from the initial event, Charleston and the surrounding areas, it's not at the forefront of everyone's mind anymore, but I do think that it's in the back of everyone's mind every day. And I think it's going to be in the back of everyone's mind for a long time.
I don't know that I would say that even still we officially trust the water. We have switched to bottled water, drinking and cooking, and we also have a tabletop distiller in case we can't get to a bottled water supply. So in that, I don't know that we'll ever trust the city water system in Charleston again.